Hey everyone, Caffeine Man here, and I got a box. Oh, look at this thing. It is from Redcon1, and it's a big box. And in today's video, we're gonna be going over what's in this box. I'm hoping it's energy drinks. Otherwise, it'll be a short video. Hello again everyone, thank you so much for joining me today on my channel where I go over everyday energy for everyday people. I primarily go over energy drinks, but occasionally I'll do some caffeinated products as well as caffeine safety videos. If that sounds interesting to you, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I post videos every Tuesday night and one on the weekends. And if you're looking to show more support for the channel, I do offer channel memberships. If that is not right for you, follow me on social media. I can be found at CaffeineMan1 on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, even a couple of videos on TikTok. And in today's video, we got some Redcon1 because they sent me a box of stuff. So first up, I'm gonna open up this box to see what's in it. Then I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the company, tell you about the ingredients that are in the drinks that I think are in the box, finish off with a taste test of all the flavors that are in the box. Timestamps and chapters down below so you can go where you wanna go. Let's crack this box open. Very excited. Big shout out and thank you to Redcon1 for sending me this box in exchange for an honest review. I really do appreciate it. Got some really nice graphics on the inside. And every can supports the military. And they even got a QR code to find out more about it. Got your standard little card to tell you everything that's in the drink. Although I'm gonna go over all that with you anyway. Looks like we got a t-shirt. Nice. We have a poker chip. Every can supports the military. And I don't think it's a poker chip. It's actually, might be a card holder for when you play poker. For some reason I have poker on the mind, but it is a nice heavy metal coin and you can find out your own uses for it. We also have not one, not two, but 4 koozies because they got 4 drinks in here. That's one for each drink. Well, let's find out what those drinks are. Looks like we got some Freedom Force. Got some Vice City. We got Sour Gummy Blast. And we also got the Sour Peach Rings, which I believe is a Vitamin Shop exclusive. So once again, thank you so much to Redcon1. And let's talk a little bit about Redcon1. When founder and CEO Aaron Singerman and President Eric Hart were looking for a name for their company, they wanted something that was going to be perfect, as most companies do. And the term Redcon1 is a military term used to represent the highest state of readiness. That suited them perfectly. They began their supplement company in 2017, and as 2 guys who worked out, they made products that their body needed for when they were working out. So they knew what ingredients to put into their supplements because they were the ones actually using it. When you're making products and keeping that in mind, there's no doubt you're going to be successful because you're using the right ingredients. And just 3 years later, in 2020, they were being sold in over 80 countries and had already expanded from just 1 office to 7 different offices, and they're still growing bigger even today. Not only that, but each and every month, they donate part of their proceeds to a military organization to help support troops and military families. When it comes to these energy drinks, a portion of each can is also going to those causes. So now let's talk a little bit about these products. Being someone who clearly does not work out, I tend to hear about these products through other people. And even though Redcon1 has been around for several years now, I only heard about them about a year ago when people started asking me if I was going to review Total War. I looked up what Total War was, and man, this thing is a powerhouse pre-workout drink. And in general, I do tend to stay away from powerhouse pre-workout drinks because once again, I don't know too much about the topic, but it does have caffeine in it, and it is an RTD because I try and stay away from the powders, even though I have done a couple, but the RTDs are something that I would do on my channel, so I added it to my to-do list to kind of fit it in between all the energy drink reviews that I do in caffeine safety videos. As a side note, that to-do list is always very, very long, and as you can see, I still haven't reviewed Total War yet, sorry. Fast forward to a couple of weeks ago, or go back in time to a couple weeks ago, and Redcon1 contacted me asking if I'd review their product, and I was like, sweet, I actually have the company contacting me to review the product, so that makes it a bit easier. But then I realized, wait, this wasn't the Total War, it was actually an energy drink that they were making, and that was 100% up my alley, and I said yes, 1000%, go ahead and send me your drinks, because the company sounds amazing, flavors sound amazing, all the ingredients sound amazing. So why don't we go ahead and talk about what's in these drinks. First off, why don't we start off with some of my favorite ingredients. We're talking 200 milligrams of natural caffeine. End of story. We don't need to talk about anything else because that's all Caffeine Man cares about. But yes, 200 milligrams natural caffeine. Natural caffeine takes the body slightly longer to process. Therefore, you're going to get a longer lasting energy out of it. Who doesn't want longer lasting energy? And who doesn't want something natural as opposed to synthetic? You're also going to be getting 200 milligrams of alpha GPC, 1 gram of carnitine, and 1 gram of taurine. So you're not only getting the energy benefits out of here, you're also going to be getting some focus ingredients. And that's what's great about a lot of the pre-workouts that are coming out now. They're not just giving you 300 milligrams of caffeine to pump you up to get going. They're giving you 200 milligrams of caffeine for that energy you need for your workout, longer lasting energy, and some ingredients for focus, because listen, you need to focus and be focused when you're working out, or so I've heard. It makes sense though. So it's great to have focus ingredients in there, as well as things that help prevent muscle fatigue and all the other things that these ingredients do. But before I get too excited, let's go ahead and take a look at the nutrition facts panel, and you're going to see we have lots of zeros that we like to see. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 fat, 0 carbs, 0 protein, all your typical zeros that you see in your favorite pre-workout energy drinks. Only 15 milligrams of sodium, so not much sodium. And for your B vitamins, you're getting 2% your daily value of potassium, 100% your daily value of B6, 1000% of your daily value of B12, as well as 100% of your daily value of pantothenic acid. These drinks are sweetened by sucralose and ACE-K, so let's go ahead, let's taste them out. All right, let's go ahead and taste them out. But I did actually talk to Redcon1. I asked them where we could get these drinks, and although you can buy them online on their website, they do recommend going to Vitamin Shop, picking them up there. It's gonna be much easier to get them individually. You can also buy them by the case there, but Vitamin Shop is where they recommended to go. And that could be because Vitamin Shop does also have the sour peach rings. That is a Vitamin Shop exclusive, so if you're looking for that one, you're gonna have to go to Vitamin Shop. And all that being said, do keep an eye out for Campus Protein. Campus Protein does carry all the other Redcon products, so I'm hoping that they're gonna pick up these as well. So if you're looking to get any of the Redcon1 products online or any other energy drinks, feel free to check out Campus Protein and save 10% off using coupon code CaffeineMan10. Already showed you the cans earlier, so we're starting off with the Freedom Frost. If you didn't know or you're new to energy drinks, Freedom Frost, you'll see by the red, white, and blue on the can, is usually your Freedom Pop type of flavor, similar to the popsicles. You got a red, white, and blue in there. Usually the red is some kind of a cherry or strawberry. The white is your Arctic citrus kind of flavor, and the blue is your standard blue raspberry. We'll see which one they went strongest in, because a lot of different companies put their own little twist on which one they like in there the most. Let's taste it out. So for your carbonation, you're getting a medium to high carbonation. It's your pretty standard carbonation. For your sweetness, you're definitely getting a high sweetness. They're giving you a really good amount of sweetness. And for your flavor profile, they're also giving you a high flavor profile. They're doing a really great job with that very first drink that I'm starting with. And if my predictions are true, these are all gonna be amazing flavors, because that is a really good Freedom flavor. And it has a good mix of all the flavors. There's nothing really overpowering too much, because once you get one flavor in there, you're getting a little bit of the next one. It's got a really nice sweetness to it, and on the back end you are getting a touch of tartness too, so you're really getting all your flavor profiles going. It's hitting your taste buds everywhere. And if I had to give you percentages, I would say they're relatively even. And I usually have a tendency to hone in on the white, because the white is my least favorite of the 3 flavors, and some companies go a little heavier in the white, but I really think you're probably getting an even balance of the red and the blue at about 35 65 and 35%, leaving that last 30% going to the white. They really blend together really well, and it really is a really great flavor. So let's go ahead, take a look on the Caffeine Man rating chart, see where this is gonna fall. Out of all the companies that have put together their red, white, and blue Rocket Pops, Freedom Pops, Bombsicles, only a couple of companies have hit the 9s. This Freedom Frost is getting a solid 9.0. Great job, Redcon1. Next up, the Sour Gummy Blast. I already showed it to you. Clear cutter. Let's taste it out. Sour flavor is becoming really popular lately, probably because of Ghost doing such a great job with their Sour Patch Kids and stuff. Granted, there were still lots of sours before that, but a lot of people are really liking the sour gummy flavors and the sour candy flavors. Let's see how Redcon1 did. Let's taste it out. So carbonation is going to be medium to high. I'm going to skip the carbonation for the next two because I think they're all going to be the same. Probably going to skip the sweetness because I think they're all going to be a high sweetness too. And for your flavor profile, you're also getting high, but I think on the low end of high. It's not as strong as the Freedom Pop. And I also, when I talk about the sours, have to add another category that I wasn't normally adding before, which is how sour it actually is, because some are really sour, some are barely sour, and I would say that this probably has a medium amount of sour to it. It's really not that strong, and it's definitely not as light as some of the other companies where you're like, how could you put sour on there? You can tell that there is a little bit of sour in here. The flavor profile, they're giving you green and purple on the can to help you figure out what the flavors are, and they're giving you kind of a lime grape flavor. I am picking up on the lime just a little bit more than the grape, and I think that the citrus from the lime is helping give it that bit of sour to it, but it really balances out with the amount of sweetness that they put in there. And the grape kind of comes on the back end, so if I had to give it some percentages, you're probably getting like a 65% lime with a 35% grape, but they're not super strong on those flavors. I think that they're trying to give you a gummy feel in there too, and when you have any of the gummy drinks, or most of the gummy drinks, or even when you eat the gummy candies, gummies tend to be a little bit more subdued than some of your other really tart candies, or even your really sour candies. And I do think they are giving you that lighter feel to it, so I do think they are giving you a slightly lighter feel than some of the other candies, but you're still getting a really good sweetness, a really good lime flavor, lightly complemented by the grape, and a decent gummy feel to it. A little bit of sour in there too. Definitely not that bad of a flavor. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Caffeine Man rating chart. I am actually going to give this an 8.6. It's still a good flavor. 8.6 is a good score, but if they could have made it just a little bit more sour to make it more true to the name, I probably would have liked it a little bit more. And even though they were going for a gummy flavor, I probably would like a little bit more of the other flavors in there, such as either the grape or the lime. I think the lime is the perfect amount of lime, but maybe bring up that grape flavor just a little bit. Still, 8.6, another great drink from Redcon1. Next up is gonna be the Sour Peach Rings, and look at that bright orange on there. Got a nice black can, some bright orange, yellow logo, really eye-catching. It is the Vitamin Shop exclusive, so let's see how good they did, and let's see how sour it actually is. There's been a couple of different sour peach rings or candy peach rings out there, and I haven't really thought them to be too sour, so if they're sticking with the same amount of sourness as the Sour Gummy Blast, should be interesting how much peach they put in there. Clear color. Alright, they're being consistent with the carbonation and the sweetness, and even the flavor profile is still on the low end of high for the flavor profile. They definitely went light to medium with the sourness, similar to the other one. What definitely threw me off was that even though it is also a sweet drink, it is not the peach flavor I was expecting, because it's almost like a peach nectarine kind of flavor, and if they named this nectarine, it would be, I think, a little bit more accurate. And you know, nectarines and peaches are pretty darn close, but I think what they were trying to do was going for a more natural kind of a peach flavor, but I really think it reminds me more of a nectarine kind of flavor, or a peach nectarine flavor. And it's really an interesting twist on a peach drink. I can't really think of many peach drinks that I've had like this. Out of all the peaches that I had, I think that the sweetest, most natural peach flavor I had was the Monster Ultra Peach. And this is reminiscent of that in the more natural flavor that it's giving. But once again, it really is reminding me more towards nectarine than peach. And they're giving you enough sweetness in there to make it not too earthy, crunchy, healthy peach, but just much more natural in flavor. So where's it going to be going on the Caffeine Man rating chart? Well, you look at that chart and there are a lot of peach drinks, a lot of companies doing the peach flavor. A lot of people like peach, that's why there's so many up there. But with so much competition up there, I can see why they wanted to try maybe a little twist on peach, but it's a little bit too different for me. I'm going to give this an 8.5, probably because it tastes a little bit more nectarine-ish to me. But if you're someone who likes nectarine, there really aren't many nectarine drinks out there. But 8.5, definitely something I would drink again. It's a good flavor. Another good job to Redcon1. One more to go. Last one up is going to be the Vice City. Gotta say, definitely excited about this one. Over the past year or so, I've really been liking the pina colada kind of flavors, but also the Miami flavors. The Miami flavors or the South Beach flavors or any of those Florida flavors, basically. A sort of a twist on pina colada. They still have the pineapple, they still have the coconut, but what's different about the Florida, Miami ones, and Vice ones, put that up too early, is that they add strawberry to it. So pina coladas and Miami type flavors really been ranking up there for me. Let's see how Redcon1 did with Vice City. There we go, got a nice clear color there. Taste it out. Alright, so the carbonation and sweetness are going to be the same. Flavor profile, I'm actually going to downgrade it to a medium to high, really closing in on high on the flavor profile. But I think overall, for this flavor, they went a little bit too light, or they blended the ingredients a little bit more evenly than some of the other companies do, because some of the other companies usually either give you a bit of a stronger pineapple or a bit of a stronger coconut feel to it. And out of all of these types of drinks that I've had, strawberry has always been fairly light, and they twisted that around a little bit, and I really feel like they're giving it a little bit more strawberry in this flavor, then a little bit of the pineapple, and then just a little bit, just a touch of the coconut on the back end. And it is very different than any of the other Miami type flavors that I've had so far, and it's pretty interesting. Like I said, it's going to be a bit lighter in a lot of those flavors, so the flavor that you usually get the lightest amount of the strawberry, you're probably getting like 50% strawberry, and then for your pineapple it's probably like 30% and your coconut's 20%, but all of those flavors aren't very solid flavors. That 30% pineapple is a fairly light pineapple, and even that 20% coconut, very light coconut. I'm going to go back in directly from the can to see if I can pick up any more coconut, because I like a little bit more coconut. So I'm curious, if I didn't know there was coconut in there, would I still be able to taste it, because I may have to bump that 20% down a little bit. I'd probably bump that coconut down to like 10 to 15%, because you can really barely tell that it's there, and you definitely are, even going from the can, getting a little bit more of the strawberry. That's the flavor that comes up front, and it's very odd because normally, like I said, out of all those different kinds of drinks, you usually get mostly pineapple first. Pineapple is the heavy flavor, and is a lot lighter in this drink. So when we take a look at that Caffeine Man rating chart, where's it gonna go? Listen, I still think it's a good flavor, even though they didn't give you your typical strong pineapple and coconut. Not everyone likes the strong pineapple and strong coconut. Some people want a little bit more strawberry, so it is still a good flavor, even though I prefer most of the other ones. It doesn't go by Caffeine Man preference, it goes by flavor alone. I think they did a good job with the flavor. I'm gonna give this one an 8.8. Just know that you're getting a little bit more strawberry than you are the other flavors. Thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, if you're looking to pick these up, they said that you can pick them up at Vitamin Shop. That's the easiest way. You can definitely feel free to buy them on their website as well. Also, in the next few weeks depending on when you actually watch this video. Be sure to check out Campus Protein because they might start carrying them as well. And one last thank you to Redcon1 for the box. I really do appreciate it. You got some great drinks on your hand, all in the high 8s, one in the 9s. Really appreciate you sending me the box to review. Until next time, everyone, have yourselves a great day. Or night. In what order will we be tasting these out? And we got some Freedom Frost. Oh, slow it down. I haven't even drank any yet. We got the Freedom Frost. We're going to be starting out with the Freedom Frost.